Good morning students, welcome back to today's class. Today we are going to see that chapter 7 depreciation, provision and reserves. This is video number 21. And in this class we are going to see that provision, provisions and reserves. Provision we discussed in little bit in last class. We have seen that provision is creating for that upcoming expenses or losses, which we already come to know. Some expenses are going to take place or some loss is going to take place. That is not yet happened, but we know that. In that time, because we don't know that exact amount, that time we create that provision. You understand now? But you understand another one thing, for upcoming income or gain, we are not creating any provisions. This is according to our accounting concept. He is saying that if any of that the expense or losses that is not yet happen, if it is going to be happen, then against that now itself we need to adjust or we need to show it is as the expense for this time. Or otherwise, sometimes some expenses which is already incurred in this particular month or particular time. Then what happened? We are not knowing how much is that amount. For example, we can take electricity bill. Normally we know that after completion of that particular time, maybe if monthly the bill is coming, not exactly on that the last month,
After 3 days.
September, no?
Yes, sir.
We may not get that the electricity bill exactly on that particular day. We get it is after some time, maybe after some days,
3 days.
3 days or 4 days, that bill is generating. So actually that expense is not for the month of October, it was the expense for that the month of September. So we need to show that amount there. But how we can show that month is already passed? After that we are passing so many journal entries. Then we cannot again cut and write. It is not possible. So at that same time, end of that month, we calculate an approximate amount of that expense. Then we show in that month itself. For that we are not showing that the actual amount or actual account, we show that we create a provision for, not depreciation, provision for that particular expense. We say that a provision for electricity bill. And for tax, like that we are creating that provision for tax. And if depreciation, I already said that that is every year that amount is charging, but in order to not to discharge that the asset account, we are creating a dummy account. So for that purpose also we are creating provision. You understand now? That is expense and some dummy account also we can create in that way. And another is that upcoming losses, that we don't know that, but we got some idea or hint about that. Okay, the coming months are that some problems are, yes, some problems are going to take place in the market. So we know that if those who that will not come under provision, that comes under the reserves. For example, what I am going to say is that for example, some business persons, they are keeping a part of their profit aside. You know that when COVID pandemic is spread all over, that many businesses were closed for many days. Even we know that Indian Railway is stopped and so many were stopped. So during that time also they need to pay their employees salary and allowances. Or even after that also, even if it is closed also, so many of that the expenses are still there. So how they will maintain that? They have no income. Without income, how they will maintain those all expenses? So before itself, they already created some reserves. You understand now?
For future.
That is not at all expected. But when they got that more profit, they created that reserve. With that reserve fund, they are using now. Like that, sometime here we are getting that idea. I will say that what is difference between reserves and provision. You don't confuse that. Like that, sometime we are getting some clue or hint about that, or something we are come to know about that some upcoming losses. So for that losses, now itself we will not wait that until that loss is occurring. Now itself we got idea. Now itself we adjust that. Got clear now? So for this purpose we are creating that the provision account. That provision, as you have seen that different types of provisions are creating. Provision for depreciation you already learned. Provision for bad and doubtful debts we can see that now. Provision for taxation, provision for discount on debtors, and provision for repairs and renewals. Like that different types of provisions are creating. This is just example only. So here we can see that about that provision for bad and doubtful debts. Actually, these debtors are our asset. You know who is debtors? What we can say about debtors? Yeah? When buying something, they are not paying that the cash at the same time. We know that in a business, sale is taken place, exchanging. If yes, some goods or service they are receiving. Who received that goods or service? They are paying for that. Clear now? But some are not paying that at the same time. Some credit is allowing them. Means sometime you pay off that, especially that business. Here we can see that trade units. They are getting things on sometimes. After that, the collection agent will come and collect that. Maybe after 1 week, maybe after 2 weeks, like that. They are in a particular interval. They are coming and collecting that. That means those persons, it is easy. They will sell out of that. After selling, they need to pay that money only. So that much time. But there is another thing is that whether they sold or not, they have to pay that money to the wholesaler. You understand now? So in this time, these people, those who purchased from us without paying that ready cash or bank transfer, without that we call them debtors. That debtors are normally considering as that for the business as asset. You understand now? That means we will get that money. That is our asset. Current asset. We are considering that debtors as a current asset. Got clear now? So here all people will not pay that money on time. Next is that. That means some people will pay that money on exact time. We call them as the good debtor. Means those who pay that money on time. Clear now? Next is that doubtful debts. Some are paying, or some person to whom we sold on credit basis, we have doubt whether they pay or not. Normally they are paying, but now they face some difficult situation. So we don't know they are able to pay or not. Clear now? That we call as the doubtful debts. And some other customers who already took things from us or purchased things, now we come to know that they are not at all, or they are not going to pay back that amount. Then we call them bad debts. Clear now? So in accounts, we need to take some precautions. For what? for this doubtful and bad debts. If bad debts is once identified, there is no other way. We need to reduce that amount from that our total sundry debts we call. From sundry debtors, we need to reduce that bad debts amount. But if we have doubtful debts, normally for the doubtful debts, what we are doing? We create a provision. We create a provision for doubtful debts, but that is known as a provision for bad and doubtful debts. Got clear now? Sometimes those debtors may not pay the full amount or part of that amount, whatever may be. So against that, now itself we are taking some precautions. Clear now? Did you understand? Now, for example,